How's it going, guys? It's Root Junkie here, and in today's video we have the Redmi Note 3 Pro once again, and we're going to be talking about basically how to flash TWRP recovery, how to root this device. So prerequisite to this is you're going to have an unlocked bootloader, but if you have that, you should be good to go. I have a video on that, so definitely check it out. Otherwise, we're just going to go in here and we're going to turn on developer options. So the way you do that is you go to About Phone and you go to MIUI version and you tap it until it says you are now a developer. Then you're going to come back, you're going to go to additional settings and scroll down to developer options. Make sure OEM unlocked is on. It should be if you have unlocked the bootloader, and then also USB debugging is turned on. From here you should be good to go on the device, and we're going to plug it into our computer just like so. Alright, now make sure you allow USB debugging, hit OK, and you should be ready to rock. There should be some drivers installing on your computer right now, but let's go over to my computer and download all the files we're going to need to do this. Alright guys, so here we go. This is my site here, rootjunkiessdl.com, and the first thing you're going to need to do is make sure you have an ADB and fastboot files. You can get Mac or Windows. This is Windows here, or you can download the Android SDK. So I'll give you links to these in the video description, so make sure you've got your ADB and fastboot files downloaded. Basically, mine are here in platform tools, but all you need is these 4 files. Those 4, okay? Alright. We got those. Then, besides that, we're going to need to go in here and we're going to have to download, well, you can download Android drivers if you need them. I'd recommend using the universal ADB driver setup right here if your drivers aren't working correctly. Besides that, we're just going to go down here. My site will load. Alright, right here, Redmi Note 3 Pro, click on that, and then we're going to click on this. So this is going to have all the files that you need in this folder for this root method. Basically what you need is you need the TWRP recovery image right there, you need Lazy Flasher, which is an awesome tool, and then you need supersu, latest supersu. So these are the 3 files I've got. I'll link you to all this as well. Alright, so we've got our files downloaded. We got our ADB and fastboot stuff. Just take the TWRP image you download and put it in your ADB fastboot folder, wherever you have that. And then we want to put the other 2 files on our device. So I'm just going to show you here on my SD card. It can be internal, external, it does not matter. Put the Lazy Flasher zip and the supersu beta zip on the device, and you should have everything you need to go. So from here we can hold shift on our computer, right click, open command window here. This is going to open an ADB fastboot folder or file or command window. So then from here we can go ahead and we can type in ADB devices, and this should make sure that our device is communicating. Now if you didn't get that pop-up, it probably is going to pop up at this point on your device to allow ADB debugging. If it says offline or something like that, you're going to need to toggle developer settings on and off until you get it where it gives you your serial number and says device. So from here we're going to type in ADB reboot bootloader. Bootloader is one word, and this is going to boot the device into fastboot mode. Now if this is the first time you've ever been in fastboot mode, it shouldn't be if you've unlocked the bootloader, but make sure your drivers are installed, and to do that you just type in fastboot devices, and if it comes back with the serial number once again and says fastboot, that means that your device is communicating, your drivers are functioning. So from here we're going to actually flash TWRP recovery. And since we have an unlocked bootloader, we can do this. So fastboot flash recovery, and then the thing that I think is the easiest to do is just grab the file and drag it in and then hit enter. And as you can see, it's sending and writing the recovery image in fastboot mode. Awesome, awesome. The easiest thing I find from here to get TWRP recovery functioning on your device is to type in fastboot boot and then do it again, and this is just a command to tell recovery to boot. So fastboot boot, and drag that file in and hit enter, and this will go ahead and boot up the device into recovery. At this point you're basically done on the computer, very simply. So here you go, we are in recovery. Now, first thing it asks you to do is if you want to go ahead and modify anything on the device. So do you want to keep it read-only, or do you want to modify? We're going to be modifying anyway by flashing TWRP and then the Lazy Flasher zip. So we can swipe to modify, or you can say keep read only. So I'll walk over that. So we'll do keep read only for right now. So right now you can't actually write anything to the device because system isn't mounted. Okay. So for here, the best thing to do would be to hit here and check everything, and then swipe across to do an Android backup. I'd highly recommend that. Now, I myself am not going to do that because if I look in my storage, I already have a backup right there. But I'd recommend it. Once you're done with your backup, you need to go in here to mounts and then remount and then mount system. Now you'll be able to flash things to system like supersu and get root access. So now we're going to come in here, and if your SD card, whichever one you need, to maybe select your storage method, either internal or micro SD. Mine's on SD. And you need to select supersu. Then you need to add a zip, and you need to select lazy flasher. Okay. Now you have 2 zips selected, and we're just going to swipe across to flash these files. This is a very quick flash. Actually, at this point, you really don't need the cable plugged in anymore. And there you go. It's done. So now you just reboot system. You could back out if you want to do other things in TWRP at that point, but really that's all you need to do. So now, since we've booted into TWRP recovery is now our current recovery permanently because we flashed it and we booted into it. And also we should have root access with supersu. Lazy Flasher, what it does is it patches the boot image. So if you look at XDA, a lot of people are talking about having to patch the boot image on this device for it to boot up correctly in MIUI, but Lazy Flasher just does it for you on the fly, which is awesome. So here you go. You can see we're in the device. You can see we have supersu right here, and as long as you get to this point where it says no thanks, you have root access. Otherwise, supersu wouldn't even load up. So that's awesome. Very, very cool. And now just to show you how TWRP recovery works, we're going to boot off the device right there, power it off. And then the way you get into TWRP recovery now at this point, so if maybe for example, that flash didn't work, you're stuck, the device is boot looping, who knows, whatever the problem is, you want to restore that backup you made. This is from a powered off state how you get into recovery. So what you do is you hold volume up and power. And when you see the MIUI logo, let go of power, keep holding volume up, and your device will boot into, well, TWRP recovery right there. And you're in again, very simply. So now from a powered off state, you mess your device, if you're stuck in a boot loop, you should be able to get right back into TWRP recovery. It is a permanent recovery on the device, and you're good to go. So I'm just going to go ahead and reboot the system, and that's it. That is the process once you have an unlocked bootloader of installing TWRP recovery permanently on your device, getting root access with supersu, and Lazy Flasher for patching your boot image. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for more videos very soon. I'm hoping to install some couple different ROMs and make some videos on those as well. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Root Junkie out.
Shaboom.